Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about the future of your wallet, the future of our cars, and the future of global energy. Imagine, for a second, that you want to buy a brand new electric vehicle. You go to the dealership, you look at the sticker price, and your jaw drops. Electric cars, despite all their advancements, are still quite expensive for the average person. But why? The motor itself is simpler than a gas engine. The real culprit, the invisible monster driving up the price of every single electric car on the planet, sits right under the floorboards. It is the battery, specifically the lithium-ion battery. For the last couple of decades, lithium has been the undisputed king of the battery world. It powers your smartphone, your laptop, and the millions of electric vehicles hitting the roads globally. We are so addicted to this metal that it has been nicknamed white gold. But there is a massive problem with white gold. It is expensive, its price is incredibly volatile, and the supply chain is fragile. So, a challenger has entered the arena. It's cheap, it's abundant, and you probably ate some of it on your French fries this very afternoon. I'm talking about sodium. Today we are opening up the economic ledger of the cheap EV era. We're going to ask a massive question. Will sodium-ion batteries completely replace lithium batteries? To answer this, we won't be using any complicated math or confusing chemistry jargon. Instead, we're going to look at the real-world economics, the basic physics, and the everyday examples that show exactly where the future of energy is heading. Before we talk about the money, we need to understand the players. What exactly is a lithium-ion battery, and how is a sodium-ion battery any different? Think of a battery like a busy hotel. You have two main buildings, the positive side and the negative side. When you use your battery, like when you step on the gas pedal in an EV, tiny guests pack their bags and travel from one building to the other, creating an electrical current in the process. When you plug your car into the charger at night, those guests are forced to walk all the way back to their original building, ready to do it again the next day. In a lithium-ion battery, those tiny guests are lithium ions. Lithium is fantastic for this job because it is incredibly light and extremely energetic. It's like having a hotel filled with elite Olympic sprinters. They are tiny, they move fast, and you can pack a lot of them into a very small space. This is why a lithium battery can hold a massive amount of energy without weighing too much. It's the perfect recipe for a sports car or a sleek smartphone. Now let's look at sodium. On the periodic table of elements, sodium sits right underneath lithium. They are like chemical siblings. They behave in very similar ways. A sodium-ion battery works on the exact same hotel principle. The guests move back and forth to create power. But there is a catch. Sodium ions are much larger and heavier than lithium ions. If lithium ions are the tiny, nimble Olympic sprinters, sodium ions are like heavyweight powerlifters. They are bigger, they take up more space, and they're a bit heavier to move around. Because they are bigger, you simply cannot pack as many of them into the same sized hotel. In battery terms, this means sodium-ion batteries have a lower energy density. If you take a lithium battery and a sodium battery of the exact same physical size, the lithium battery will let you drive significantly further. So, if sodium is heavier and holds less energy, why on earth are multi-billion-dollar companies racing to develop it? This is where we put away the chemistry book and pull out the calculator. The answer is pure economics. Let's look at the dark side of lithium. While it's highly efficient, getting it out of the ground is a nightmare. Lithium mining is geographically concentrated in just a few areas around the world, primarily in South America and Australia, with processing heavily dominated by a few key players. When you have a resource that the whole world desperately needs to transition to green energy, but it only comes from a few places, you have an economic bottleneck. What happens when demand skyrockets, but supply cannot keep up? Prices explode. Over the past few years, we have seen the price of lithium carbonate swing wildly, sometimes jumping by hundreds of % in a single year. For a car manufacturer, this is terrifying. Imagine trying to price a new budget-friendly car when the cost of the most expensive component might double by next Tuesday. This volatility makes it almost impossible to produce a genuinely cheap electric vehicle for the masses. Enter sodium. Sodium is literally everywhere. It is the sixth most abundant element in the Earth's crust. It is in the oceans. It is in salt lakes. It is in the table salt in your kitchen. We do not need to fight over geographic deposits of sodium, and we certainly do not need to worry about running out of it. Because the raw materials are so incredibly abundant, the fundamental floor price of a sodium battery is drastically lower than a lithium battery. Furthermore, sodium batteries can use cheaper materials for the other parts of the hotel. For instance, lithium batteries often require expensive copper foils, while sodium batteries can use much cheaper aluminum foils. When you add up all these material savings, the economic ledger becomes incredibly clear. A mature sodium-ion battery industry could produce batteries that are 30% to 40% cheaper than lithium-ion batteries. In the car industry, a 40% saving on the battery is revolutionary. It is the difference between an electric car being a luxury item for the rich and an everyday appliance for the working class. So, the economic ledger heavily favors sodium. But we are still left with that heavyweight power lifter problem, the lower energy density. Let's use a real-world example to break this down. Imagine you're packing a suitcase for a trip. Lithium is like packing an ultra-expensive, vacuum-sealed travel wardrobe. You can fit 2 weeks' worth of clothes into a tiny carry-on bag. It's light, it's efficient, but that vacuum-sealed bag costs a fortune. Sodium is like packing regular clothes into a standard suitcase. To carry the same 2 weeks' worth of clothes, you need a bigger, heavier suitcase. If you're trying to build an electric pickup truck that needs to tow a boat for 400 miles across the country, weight and space are everything. You absolutely need that expensive vacuum-sealed lithium battery. If you put a heavy sodium battery in that truck, the vehicle would become so heavy it would waste half its energy just moving its own weight. Therefore, for high-performance cars, luxury vehicles, and long-haul trucks, lithium will remain the absolute king. Sodium cannot, and will not, replace lithium in scenarios where long range and lightweight are critical. But here is the million-dollar question. Does every single car trip require a vacuum-sealed for 100-mile suitcase? Absolutely not. Let's look at the daily reality of most drivers. Statistics show that the vast majority of daily commutes are under 30 or 40 miles round trip. You drive to work, you drive to the grocery store, you pick up the kids from school, and you park at home. If you're just driving 30 miles a day, why are you paying a massive premium for a battery capable of going 400 miles? It is like buying a massive, expensive commercial oven just to toast a bagel every morning. It's overkill. This introduces a crucial economic concept. Good enough. For millions of people living in dense cities around the world, an electric car with a range of 150 miles is perfectly good enough, especially if that car costs half the price of a Tesla. This is the sweet spot for sodium. Automakers are beginning to produce small, compact, city-focused electric vehicles powered by sodium. These cars are not meant to win races or cross continents. They're meant to be cheap, reliable A to B transportation. By utilizing sodium, manufacturers can finally unlock the true era of the budget EV. But the story of sodium doesn't end with cheap cars. In fact, its biggest economic victory might not be on the road at all. Let's step out of the garage and look at the power grid. As the world transitions to renewable energy, we are facing a massive hurdle. The sun only shines during the day, and the wind doesn't always blow. To rely on green energy, we need giant batteries to store that power for when it's dark or calm. These are called stationary energy storage systems. Imagine a giant field filled with shipping containers, each packed to the brim with batteries storing solar power for a nearby city. In this scenario, let's look at the physical requirements. Does the battery need to be lightweight? No. It's sitting on the ground. It's not moving. Does it need to fit into a tiny space? No. You have a whole field to use. Suddenly, the weaknesses of the sodium heavyweight power lifter completely vanish. Who cares if the battery is heavier or slightly larger? It's bolted to the concrete. But the strengths of sodium, the fact that it is incredibly cheap and inherently safer, become massive advantages. Furthermore, sodium batteries perform incredibly well in extreme cold temperatures compared to lithium, making them even more reliable for outdoor grid storage in harsh climates. When utility companies are looking to build multi-million-dollar storage facilities, the economic ledger strongly points away from expensive, volatile lithium and directly towards cheap, stable sodium. This division of labor will ultimately save lithium for where it is truly needed, in things that move. So, let us return to the original question of our lecture today. Will sodium-ion batteries completely replace lithium batteries? The answer is a definitive no, but they aren't supposed to. Framing this as a battle to the death is a misunderstanding of how technology and economics work. What we are witnessing is not a replacement. It is a vital market segmentation. It is a division of labor. Lithium will remain the premium fuel. It is the high-octane gasoline of the electric era. It will power our sleek laptops, our high-end smartphones, our long-range luxury sedans, and the electric aircraft of the future. It dominates the space where space and weight are at an absolute premium. Sodium, on the other hand, is the diesel of the new economy. It is the blue-collar worker. It will power the cheap, sensible city cars. It will power electric scooters and e-bikes. And most importantly, it will serve as the massive, silent backbone of our electrical grid, storing the sun and the wind at a price that society can actually afford. We do not need to choose one over the other. In fact, to successfully transition the globe to sustainable energy without bankrupting the middle class, we absolutely need both. The era of the cheap EV is coming. It will be paved with salt. Thank you for joining today's session. Keep questioning the consensus. Keep looking at the economic ledgers behind the headlines. And I'll see you in the next deep dive.